You're welcome again to my channel. This is Afolake and this is Flookiesden. Thank you for tuning in. Happy to have you all the time when you have opportunity to watch one or two vlogs that I share concerning settlement here in Canada. For new immigrants like you to benefit when you look forward to moving this way. I'm filming from Saskatoon in Saskatchewan, and I'm sure by now you have seen my ebook that I recently just shared, and expect every new immigrant into Canada to actually buy a copy because it will do you a whole lot of good when you're landing in Canada. So if you're new here, welcome, because I know I have a few new people joining on this channel due to the fact that I just launched my new ebook that just came out for the benefit of new immigrants that are moving to Canada. And if you have not seen the ebook, this is a copy, and I will link it again in the description box whereby you can purchase a copy for yourself or for a loved one that is landing in Canada. Also, as part of the offerings that I also gave out or shared was that if you're moving to Saskatoon particularly, there's opportunity for you to get support when it comes to settlement. And when I mean settlement, this is regarding finding an accommodation for you. You must have enough time to land. Don't reach out to me when you have 1 or 2 weeks to land, because finding accommodation is not easy here. And also that there's opportunity for me to help you kit up that accommodation prior to you landing or just in time for you to land, and give you that soft landing or a step ahead of the game when you land in Canada. So you have a few things that are ready for you to kick off your immigration journey from the beginning when you land here in Canada. For the purpose of this video, I actually want to put out a disclaimer here that I'm not an immigration lawyer. I am not an agent to be able to help or point you in the direction of how to migrate to Canada. That is not the purpose of this vlog. That is not the purpose of Flookiesden. The purpose of this channel is just to educate you and also to give awareness about all the things that happen in Canada here, all the things or the benefits that you can find when you move as new immigrants into Canada, the mistakes that new immigrants make, the concerns we have, the issues we see around, and even the beauties, the sounds, and the interesting things around Canada. So this is just to take Canada into a global light. I know it's global, but yes, we'll keep it more global from Flookiesden. So this is all that we talk about. So many people have reached out to me regarding how can I migrate and all those kind of questions. I'm saying it again, I am not an immigration lawyer. I am not an agent to help you immigrate into Canada. There are so many other licensed consultants that way, so you can find them out. I am not one, but I can always help you when you probably get your PPR or you get your student visa and you're about to land with enough notice that you will need support from me. Then I can step in to help you out. So this is not a channel for immigration. If you are looking for how or the means, or you need somebody to help you, that's not what we are doing on this channel. So please put that in mind. So since I put the disclaimer out of the way, I want to jump into some of the questions that came up due to people responding to the ebook and people also responding to the starter pack that I shared, that I was offering. I guess some people got confused. I don't know why, because it was explanatory, but I know that it actually goes to show that a lot of people are looking at means to move to Canada. So they just were looking for a way around that assistance. But like I said, you need to find someone to help you or do it yourself. Just go on Canada website. You can find all the immigration portal or the ways in which you can migrate to Canada. Just look at what works for you, follow the steps, do your homework. You know, it's easy. We did it ourselves, and it just is a painstaking effort actually. So if you're not patient enough, you won't be able to do it yourself. But I will encourage you, take time, go through everything, find out what steps you need to take, look at the requirements for each category or each step, and just keep checking those boxes, and before you know it, you're already here. So let's move on to the questions. I would be looking in my phone because I have the questions or people reaching out on my Instagram handle, particularly because of the post. One of you says, can you help me to immigrate? I've already answered that question. No, I am not a licensed immigration officer or a consultant, so I wouldn't be able to help you or even point you to that direction. So that's not what the channel is about. I've said the channel is actually about helping immigrants settle, giving you information about a particular province or even several provinces and all the benefits, the problems, the concerns, the highs, the lows, the beauty, the sounds that you can find around the provinces here in Canada. That's what we do, where you can find things on a budget sale and so many more things that we enjoy here in Canada. So that's what we do on this channel. What are the requirements and total cost? So if you want to benefit from the packages that I'm sharing, you have to reach out to me via my Instagram handle or send me an email. You have to send me an email so that I can directly attend to you. If you go to my Instagram bio, there's a link for you to book an appointment, or you can send me an email. Then I can always reach out to you and we can talk about it. So the first step will be, let's know where you are at currently. So if you have not yet started the immigration process, or you have not gotten your PPR or your student visa, please don't reach out to me if that's what you're looking for, because I cannot help you at that point. Where I can come in is when you're ready to move to Canada, you probably have a month or 2 months ahead of you, and you need a settlement consultant to help you plan your settlement journey. Then I can step in and help you in that space. Then we can talk about the packages, talk about the cost, and talk about how we can actually make it very economical for you. So someone reached out to me and said, send me your WhatsApp number. No, I'm not going to send you my WhatsApp number. This is a consultancy request. If you need consultation, then you have to book an appointment. It's a paid consultation. You have to book, and then we will reach out to you. So you don't need my number to be able to reach out to me. You just need to book an appointment, or you send an email. So if you go to my Instagram bio, which I always refer you, that's always the appropriate step, or you go on the link in the description box in this video, you'll find my Instagram link. So go in there, you can follow me, go on my bio, you will see the link to be able to send me a message or to be able to book a call. Then we'll be able to take that conversation from there. But so someone also sent a message that they want to know more about Saskatoon accommodation and jobs. I've talked extensively about this on my vlog. If only people can go back to those videos and watch it. There's so many things, and there's always some reviews that come up when there's a bit of more information that needs to be shared. So for accommodation, I'll just point out that here in Canada we pay rent every month. It is not annually. Rental starts from the beginning of the month. And this is also an opportunity to let you know, if you're planning to come to Canada, I think it would be wise enough, amongst other things. I know sometimes the cost of the ticket is a concern, or the time of booking. I get it, but also look at you finding accommodation here, because if you don't plan your trip ahead of time to land maybe by the end of the month to be able to pay rental in the first of the next month, then it's difficult for you. And if you also come in at a time or in the middle of the month, just know for sure that you are booking maybe an Airbnb, or you have someone to stay with till the end of the month, while you also try to find accommodation that starts off by the beginning of the next month, because it's really difficult. Yes, you can get accommodation by the end of the month. It's really not what goes on here, so it's a bit difficult, except someone moves out maybe third week in the month and all of those things. But it's more of every first 1st of the month. That's when the rentals kicks off. And obviously you would have secured that rental before then, before you can go. So don't come to Canada and feel you find rental just immediately. It's not easy. There are so many immigrants that are moving this way and seeking accommodation, and I don't know whether people are more than the houses now. It's just difficult finding accommodation, and I know rentals, construction are still going on. There are buildings still coming up, but cost of rentals have also gone up, and it's just difficult. Also, one thing to put in mind for you as foreign nationals that are coming to Canada is that when you're looking for accommodation, you need to have your bank statement from your prior country to be able to show that you can pay for the rent. If you were already landed and you're changing accommodation while here, you will be providing your local bank or your employment letter and all those good stuff to be able to show that you are gainfully employed and you can pay for accommodation. Nobody wants someone to rent their apartments or rent their houses and not be able to pay 1 or 2 months down the line. So they want to be sure that you've got the money in the bag to be able to pay these rentals. So that's one thing in mind. And for you that have been reaching out and you need help for accommodation, I will be reaching out back to you to let you know that you need to send your bank statement to the property manager when you have to fill those forms for you to get approval for that accommodation. So please keep that in mind. And yeah, that's about what I can share on accommodation. And you said about jobs, more light about jobs too. There are different kind of jobs here. We've talked about that endlessly as well. You can find casual jobs, you can find part-time jobs, you can find full-time jobs, you can find different kind of jobs, even freelance jobs. So whatever you want, you will find. But I always tell people not to be fixated on the career path that they have come with. Be open-minded. Here in Canada, you can actually do so much, and you get limited by the job title or the role that you feel that you know how to do back in your home country. There are so many other kind of roles that you can engage in or you can actually leverage into. So don't get fixed about a particular job. I must move into banking because I've been in banking back in my home country. There are so many other roles that you can do in other industries that would also be able to just sustain you, because it's always the money factor too. But just bear in mind that this is something that you need to be open-minded, and there's various jobs. You can always move to other roles. Not that easy, not that tough, but there's opportunities here. Right. So someone asks, can you help with visitor's visa or visitor's invite? Excuse me, guys. Some questions come and honestly, I just don't know how to respond to this. How can I help you with a visitor's invite? Just apply. If you want to come visit Canada, just make sure that you have all the requirements that needed for you to be able to visit any country, even if it's not Canada. And then if you pass, all of that, you'll be granted that visa. So you don't need me to give you an invite. I can't give you an invite because I don't know you. But you should understand that you need to check all the boxes that requires you to get a visa when you apply for that in a particular country. So go on the Canada website or whatever country's website and just find out what is required that you need before you can, just submit for a particular visa, and just trust God for the rest. Can you help with student visa? Same thing. No, because I am not in that particular profession. I would like to immigrate with my family. How do I go about it? The same answer. I'm not an immigration or a licensed consultant for immigration. So please, you can do that by yourself by going on the Canada website and checking out all this information. You can also get an agent if that works for you. You get a licensed person and pay them so that they can help you out in this. There are no guarantees in this thing, so it's just better that you can, just sit down, read it, and put those actions in place, because there's no magic to come to Canada. You just have to fulfill the requirements. So if you don't fulfill it, giving it to an agent or giving it to a licensed person also doesn't help. So how can I move to Saskatoon? Any help? Same answer. I can't help you. All I can advise is go on the Canada website and find out all the information that is required. all the streams that you need to fulfill to be able to come this way. There are different areas, whether it's PMP, whether it's SIMP. Just look at what works for you. Make sure that you have all it takes for you to get here. It takes a while. Some things you have to start the process before the time, so nothing happens in 3 months or in 6 months. So you have to start the process of some things like getting your IELTS done and getting your WES, your credential assessments verified by WES. So those ones take time, so you have to sort that with your school, and then they send it to WES, and those verifications go on while you prepare for your IELTS. Then also check that you have your NOC available, your NOC. Check all those processes and begin to check those boxes. And obviously your POF have to be intact based on your family size. So I wish to settle in Regina. So for Regina residents as well, if you are coming this way, the package is also for you, and we can always settle you. So reach out if you're settling in Regina. The starter pack will help you to settle. We're going to be extending this to other provinces in a bit. I'm trying to reach out to a few people that I know from province to province. Let's see how that goes, and as many that are coming, so it's not restricted to Saskatoon or Saskatchewan. And as you look forward to moving to other bigger provinces, then you can still find accommodation help and the starter pack help or assistance in that province as well. So let's see how that goes. It's still in the pipeline, but in the interim, the ebook still suffices for all the province, because there's so many information there concerning the sites that you can get jobs. We have how to find accommodation, we have the government's benefits and what to expect as new immigrants from the government, how to assess your health needs, school for your children, so many things really, shopping, so many things, how to get things on bargain. There's a lot in the ebook that will be beneficial to you in other provinces. The only thing is that we have links that are particular to Saskatoon residents, but really if you can find a Walmart in Saskatoon, you can find a Walmart in Vancouver, and it's just a Google away. So it's just to point you to the right direction to know where to find some things. So I will take this last question. I'm in Canada on a visiting visa and need a job. Again, I cannot provide a job for you. If you are here on a visiting visa in Canada, you have opportunity to stay. Of course, it's part of the ways in which the government also encourages you to find a job and stay. So you can find an employer that can give you a job offer. When you get a job offer, you can apply for your work permit, and that gives you the extension of the period to stay in Canada and begin to work. And by then, you can transit into your permanent residence and citizenship. So it's also another easy way to be able to stay in Canada. If you find a way to be able to come into Canada through a visitor's visa, then just get an employer. I know it's not that easy, but some people still find means to do that. I cannot help you in that way. I don't know how to do that, but you can find those that can help you. But this is also an opportunity for you to stay here in Canada. So guys, I hope I've answered all the questions, a few of the questions actually, and be able to elaborate a bit more on the offerings of the starter pack and the ebook. So like I said again, this ebook is beneficial for everyone in Canada. If you're coming to Canada, you find the ebook very interesting, and you find it a good resource for you to be able to settle, because there's so many things in it that would help your settlement journey. That being said, in fact, before I close on that, you can also gift it to a family member that is coming to Canada. If you are not coming, or you stumbled on this video per chance, you can purchase it for a family member that is landing in Canada, and they will really be grateful, because that will help them settle easily. So you can buy a copy. It's on Etsy. You can also go on my Instagram bio. You can click there, directs you to the various portals to purchase. I'll also leave the link in the description box. You can also purchase through that link. And again, for the starter pack, if you are moving to Saskatoon for now, I have the starter pack ready for you. So reach out. We can help with accommodation if we have time in hand, because I'm not a property manager. I don't work with any property facility, but if there's time in hand, we can always help you secure a place. And then we can also help with the starter packs, which is putting your first bed, your first sofa, your kitchen kits, your bathroom kits, and so many things to give you that soft landing and a leg up when you land in Canada. You know, housing is always a concern. That already has been checked from your list. You know, finding other things will just be a breeze. It's easy because you are already settling, and yeah, that makes it easy for you. So reach out if you need help. This is just to clarify all the questions that have been asked, and I hope this has benefited one or two people, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you for watching, and do like, share and subscribe. See you in my next vlog. Bye guys.